The woman who has most influenced my career is Sabrina Horn, hands down. Sabrina owned her own agency called the Horn Group, and I worked with her there for about 5 years. She taught me about resilience and empowered me to do things that I didn't know were possible. As the owner of her own business, she encouraged me to take risks and see the potential in every opportunity that I could get my hands on.
The woman who's had the biggest influence on my career is Sheryl Sandberg, COO of Facebook, now known as Meta. Sheryl recruited me to Facebook in 2009, and I was at Google at the time and was hesitant to make the move because we were in the process of starting a family. And Sheryl gave me the best advice at the time, which is don't leave before you leave. And when I, turned my head and asked her what she meant by that, she basically said, look, you're giving up on a career opportunity to lead business development at Facebook because you're planning to have a baby. And she walked me through the math. She's like, it's going to take you 6 to 9 months to get pregnant. You'll be pregnant for 9 months. And before you know it, your baby will arrive and 2 years would have passed if everything goes according to plan. In the meantime, you could be building your career at someplace new. And it shocked me initially that she gave me that piece of advice. And then I took it to heart and actually did end up making the switch and had an amazing 9-year run at Facebook.
I can think of 2 women that influenced my career, and neither of them know it. So that's on me for not telling them until now. It's Michelle Law and Julia Mallory. Julia Mallory, she modeled what it means to overcome adversity and to lean into vulnerability, to bring your best self forward.
The fact is there were not a lot of women in leadership positions in the late 80s. Those who were in leadership positions were really still operating in the world of men as leaders. So in thinking about who influenced my career, it was really my mother. I was a child of the 70s. My mother worked my whole life, starting from when I was a toddler. It was very unusual during those days to have a working mom. She not only influenced me, kind of helping me to realize that I could have a full career and be a parent as well, but she also had a great work ethic. She enjoyed her work. She worked hard. She took it seriously.
Something else I respect about Sabrina is that she's always focused on building a collaborative and supportive culture. She found the joy in the hard work and the results, and she encouraged us to learn from our mistakes. She was also really great about celebrating our successes along the way. I think about the ability to mentor others and empower them because of my experience working with Sabrina. She always encouraged us to shoot high and at the same time, make sure that we were being authentic and creative when we were approaching our work.
In terms of what I've learned from her, I would say there are 3 key things. The first is always come prepared. I've never seen anyone prep so much going into a meeting, whether it was a 5-person meeting or a 500-person keynote. The second thing was showing up on time. Sheryl, in the early days of Facebook, would have us put $1 in a tip jar for every minute that we were late for a meeting.
Michelle Law. So I reported to Michelle at Castlight Health, and she probably has no idea how much she taught me in the year that I worked for her. And she said something that shocked me, and I've since repeated it many times to the shock of others, which is the best way to a promotion is to put yourself out of a job. So to get to the next level, you have to look for ways to increase your value by pushing tasks that you've already mastered to other resources, and then getting yourself out of your comfort zone and reaching higher to things that you've never done before, but that are higher value to the company.
So she embodied, I think, someone who got fulfillment out of her career and fulfillment out of home. So that was always my expectation growing up, is that I could also have a fulfilling career that I would enjoy, that would give me satisfaction, a sense of achievement, and I could also have a family if that's what I chose.
Sabrina and I still keep in touch to this day, and she continues to inspire me as a mother, a coach, a business leader, and a role model. She's also a very successful author. In fact, her latest book is all about leading with authenticity and empathy, which is so critical in today's environment.
And finally, the one thing that Cheryl taught me that I still hold with me today is that never be afraid to ask the most junior person in the room for their opinion. And oftentimes you'll be surprised at what you hear, and it's refreshing and new. And there's always an opportunity to learn from folks around the table.
It's gratifying to see today that young women coming into the work world have so many mentors around that they can learn from, that are women, that are leading in a way that women lead that I didn't have. And I'm grateful that I get to be a mentor to those women. And I'm also super grateful for the learnings that I get from them.